You're only a what if away from great winter holidays. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Stav, Abby and Matt.
Brisbane wakes up with Stav, Abby and Matt on B105.
G'day, podcasters.
Hi.
Ahoy, hoy.
You're very special. Thank you. You have a special place in our heart.
Well, you're special, Matthew,
'Cause it's your birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you for my incredible birthday present, by the way.
You're welcome.
Where did it go?
Yeah, Stav was in charge of the birthday, and I think he did very well.
So I got a bottle of bourbon, which is fantastic, but a box of golf balls, and they are Happy Gilmore 2 themed golf balls with the hockey jersey on them.
Would you use them, or do you reckon they're a collector's item that you put in your man cave?
I think I'll keep one box
yeah.
that I'll
Yes,
never
okay,
use. That
yeah.
I'll so
Yeah, you gotta
I've got
use
them.
Yeah, you got to use them.
Yeah.
But the other ones I will. But I think what I'll end up doing is only using them on holes where it's less likely to get lost.
I thought you meant air tag them, and I was like, do you know what? Do they have some balls that do have a tag in them?
They
Or not?
Probably
I
do.
guess
Well, I think no, because that would affect the aerodynamics.
I know, but they still have to have something like weighted in them normally. So could they not put it like it's only a tiny, tiny chip? It's not like
Maybe.
the normal air
We'll have
tags
a-
on a
we'll have a
bag
quick
or
Google.
something. that
I
you'd
guess
have.
it'd be very expensive though
Yeah.
to do it. But so there's
Although I never thought about that. It might make you play better if you fear losing the ball more.
Yeah.
You know?
Did anyone used to go onto golf courses as kids and collect all
Yeah.
the balls and then resell them to people?
Yeah, when I used to play golf on the weekends as a kid, and
Yeah.
after our game, we had one of the like reach in scoopy things.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Some kids were more hectic. They would take their swimmers and they would
Oh my
like get
gosh.
in, but the water's so
Ugh.
yuck in
Yeah.
those like.
No, we
creeks.
just used to clean them and then be like, hey, you can have
Yeah.
like $2 for a big bag.
Yeah. So that's what I'll do. So there's like, what is there? There's 4 boxes of 3. So I'll keep one of them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
And then, just play with the others, I guess.
Yes, they are. And they got me on the pun. They're called chip-ing balls.
See?
Chip-ing
How much
balls.
are they, though?
Don't know. They can be. They say they can be off by easily off by 10 yards or meters. So,
But do you have to stick it onto your balls or they come in
No,
it is
it
what I
comes-
meant?
it comes
Yeah,
in the
and then you
ball.
have to charge them up.
They're off by
Oh,
10.
they're a battery.
They're off by 10 meters.
Yeah.
That's just normal balls. That's how it works. You walk
Yeah.
to within the area, and then you're within 10 meters, and you're like, is it in the long grass? Is
Yep.
it in the creek?
Yep, I hear you, buddy.
You're just paying extra for the same thing.
Jeez, lucky you didn't get him those.
I reckon they'd be expensive too. Because
Yeah. No.
Bye now. Let's have a look.
Anyway.
Yeah, that is.
I thought
that was always my problem. Whoa!
What, $50 each?
12 balls, 420, and that's US. No, that's AD. That's AD. What was the last thing we said? Doesn't matter. It's gone. It's gone.
We're saying how when you play golf, you're in the general
I was just
vicinity
saying,
anyway.
I had the same problem with tiles. I got those tile things, and I'm like, oh, if you've got your keys and you put it on your key ring, and you go, I can't find my keys in my house, and you go, where are they? Oh, yeah, they're in the house somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't go in the kitchen in the drawer.
No, but my friend did say yesterday that she would like to put an air tag on me when we go out.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And I thought that's pretty good because I went a little bit missing during the finals at the MCG. So she would like to put an air tag on me. And I was like, but that's just fine, my phone. But she said, remember, we had your handbag. I was like, that's a great point.
I saw one. It's like a wearable thing, and
Yeah.
it's for festivals, right? But
Yeah.
it's like a beanie or something. And so you're like, where are they? And the beanie lights up. And
Oh,
you
that's
can
so
see, You can see
cool.
them in the crowd.
Well, you do get them on shoes now. You can get, I think you were even talking about them. They're those soles for kids, and you take them out and you can put the air tag on
there.
the kids.
I don't know whether we advertised from the same company, but I saw the same thing for festivals that I
Yeah.
thought would be amazing. They're they're all like a necklace, but the way it works is you hit that you want to look for your friend, and it's like a compass. It points you in the direction.
Wow.
And actually tells you like the colors show you how close you're getting.
Oh, the portaloos.
Yeah, and it actually directs you
That's cool.
like exactly where they're going. So even if they're on the move, it'll direct you where to follow them. So and you can sync up. So just say we are all going to Fridays Live. We would all have one of these things, and we could sync our 3 together
Yeah.
to
That's
find
pretty
each
good.
other.
Or you just hang out with Coldplay. They'll find you.
They'll find you.
Yeah.
I always think it's weird that
Find
kids
you.
don't know that we know where they are. Like they do. Like all my kids will be like very open saying, it's all GPS. And I always say to them, they give me a call and they're like, where are you? And I'm like, I've got Find My Friends on your you can see me. And they're like, no, well, just tell me. And I'm like, I'm 2 minutes away, but you can see me.
It's funny though. Some
And
people,
they don't want to do it. And then I'll be driving past and he was just hanging out at the park on the way back from Westfield. And I was like, oh, hey, just letting you know you don't have the door key. I'm going. And he's like, oh, how'd you know we're here? I'm like, I don't know, just a guess.
Cat's the same because me and Rory and Kat are all on it, and I'll be like, I'll use it for when I need to start dinner. Well, and she'll call me and go, where are you? I was like, well, look, where are you? You can see. Right?
That's the nothing call that my husband doesn't like. That's why we've got it. Because he doesn't like it if I call him on the way home.
Yeah.
He'll be like, no, just come home. I'm like, no, I've got time to chat. And he's like, but I don't because I'm home.
Yeah,
I've got 20 minutes to go on this movie and you're ruining it.
Yeah, he's like, why don't you call your mum?
All right, guys, big show. Let's get into it. Here we go. Here's the podcast. Did you guys do your high school reunions?
No. There's another one actually coming up in September.
60 years.
Yeah. Yep. 30, I think.
30-year reunion. You did yours.
At what
didn't
point do you not do reunions? You just do catch-ups at funerals?
Well, when you run out of people to invite, I guess.
Yes, I went back for high school reunion. Would have been 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
I see all of mine that we want to see at Australia Day every year.
Yeah, we still stay in
We found
touch.
interesting. There's 14 of us and we're still really close. But it's nice to see the others and have one of my friends remind me who everyone is.
Yeah, that's always handy. The person who does that. I didn't do mine because the dates never fell right, and I had to travel back to Gladstone or whatever. But Esther, my wife, hers has come up because her 20 year never happened because it was COVID year.
Right, yes.
So they've been trying to organise, should we do it this year? So 25 years, I think.
Like the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in Toowoomba?
Yeah. So 25 year was coming up. And as they always start with their high school reunion, someone kicks off a Facebook group.
Yes.
And adds everyone in or whatever. But I didn't realise there's like I'm going to call it a medium scam. Okay. It's like kind of a scam, but not really happening on all these pages because it happened to her. She got done on it. So it happened to another one of her friends who got done on it. And then I looked into it. And what it is when you start up your high school reunion page, someone will pop up on there and go, hey, guys, we're selling merch to help pay for this. Or we've done like some limited edition merch for everyone to have a hat. And it says, class of whatever or blah, blah, blah. There's T-shirts. But what it actually is people who are just scouring the internet for these pages, and they say we're selling merch. And
do they pretend that they're someone that went to the school? Because that would be the genius, because you go, I don't know who they are, but
it's one that got into fashion.
Maybe I wasn't nice to them, so I should probably do it.
And you get the merch though, right?
You do get the merch.
That's a great idea.
So all does it do? It just says high school reunion, and they've been searching for those.
Or class of whatever, but it's like $25 for a cap, right? And you're thinking, well, I guess it's to pay for a cool venue or something, but it's just someone who then goes onto like a third-party website and gets like this dodgy-looking crappy cap, which does turn up to your house.
But then it's embarrassing when you rock up because then you're like, oh, did you get scammed too?
If everyone's got one, you'd be like,
but there's
But it happened to so Esther did it and she got done for $26. That's what she told me. I'm going to assume she paid more.
Wow, maybe it's double. It's US. You're like, damn it.
For this little hat, and the hat must have been so bad she just threw it away, didn't even let me see it. But then one of her friends, a guy got done in their group because he started posting photos in their reunion Facebook group of him in all the merch. He bought a hat.
Oh, God.
He bought like some sunglasses with a little 19 something on it. He bought a T-shirt. The bloke spent like $250 on the merch.
Wow.
You got to think about it. If he's just doing that, how many other people have done it? Like it's not like a meta thing where you can do an event and you do a drop down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do a high school reunion and they're involved with it.
So just be mindful of it. If you've got like a high school reunion coming up, these people are coming in pretending to be one of the group, which of course out of 100 students, no one's going to remember. And people's last names change for marriage.
But it's only really an issue because they're not putting the money back into the party. Other than that, you're still getting the merch.
I guess you don't realise though,
Yeah, because I saw, I was like, they make Cav Road T-shirts? Like, that's weird,
and they're crappy. And
do they start by saying like, oh, can you believe it's 20 years? I know, right? Like, I want it to be legit and actually mention a teacher or something.
Can you imagine if you're like, I always said I was going to be a scammer and now I am. Buy my merch.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you think, everyone's going to have these cool, all you and all your friends, but no, you're just paying an exorbitant price for an 80-cent hat from China.
Did you get a Cav Road?
No, but the easier,
Sure he didn't.
easier thing to do would be to go to the uniform shop at the school.
And buy a school uniform as an adult walking around with that, you creep.
No, you could buy a jumper or a hat. I mean, technically the uniform is merch for that school.
Yeah, but I'm not going to walk around with the
You've never put
summer
on
dress.
You've never put on a schoolgirl's outfit lately.
You know what? I can actually say hand on my heart, no.
Oh.
I have.
Yeah.
So have I.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Do you feel lost? Lost. Confused and unsure? Confused. Are you searching for the answers to life's mysteries? Mysteries. Or just need like a really good movie recommendation for the weekend? Recommendation. Then call 13 10 60 now to discover your future with Stav's Everyday Tarot.
Yes, I've got the touch. As
Touch of what?
Touch of the willies.
Okay.
Hang on.
Multiple.
Yeah, I know.
It's a saying. John Edward was on the show and he said, you might have been grazed by it, might have nicked you because your mum's got it. So he suggested I open that door, open that third eye of mine and see what I can see.
Do you, since you've been doing it on the radio, have you been using it in your civilian life as well?
My civilian life.
Yes, has anyone asked for a reading?
No one's asked for a reading, but you know what I'm doing now? I'm not using Google Maps to get home. Just
To get
spiritualizing it.
You normally have to use Google Maps to get home. That
Yeah.
might be an issue.
Yeah. The people I've met, though.
Okay, sure.
We're going to get some people on who's called 13 10 60.
This is tradie tarot, is it?
Well,
are
I
they,
just
are they
thought that-
tradies?
Well, people that are up early, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
It's my birthday today. Would you mind whipping a card out for me just for my year ahead, if I may?
You may. I mean, as if I didn't know you were going to ask me that, Matthew. It is your present, though, so.
That's great.
Okay, great. Okay. Oh. You will know in the morning, Matthew. When you wake up, you'll have a better idea about what to do. Relax until then. So today, don't worry about it. It's fine.
That is classic Stav.
Yes, this is a different deck I'm using, by the way.
What is that deck?
This is the unicorn deck, magical unicorn deck. I figured I'd go to, because you know what the unicorn is?
It's a Scottish emblem,
National animal.
real horse. Okay, cool. Yes, the deck that I bought you, but I left at home, and you would have known that, was actually what was recommended. So you're really,
Going off deck.
yeah.
Kira from Brivey Island. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're good, Kira. What would you like to know about?
I would like to know, with my big, beautiful deck at my open home this morning, is my house going to sell?
All right. Well, you've come to the right place because big, beautiful decks are my specialty. Let me look into my big, beautiful deck and pull out a card for you, Kira. Okay, this card says, it says family culture. And I think we know, where does your family live? In your house. Yes, so...
Yeah, in my house.
In your
in New
house.
South Wales.
Yep, so I'm going to say that, yes, your house is going to sell, and it's going to sell for slightly more than you thought it was going to.
All good. If it does, I'll definitely buy you a decent set of tarot cards.
That's what he needs. A decent deck of tarot.
And then we can sit on my new deck and share a glass of wine. Shout out to the
wow.
real estate Deb. She's amazing.
Yeah,
Have
lovely.
a good morning, guys.
You
You
too.
too. I'm just
There
going to
we
flick
go.
over another card. Yep. Oh, I'm getting a divorce. Okay.
No worries. Bye.
Is there a client tarot reader sort of line you're not allowed to cross?
Confidentiality kind of thing. I don't
You're
know.
not going to believe this. There's no laws against it. They didn't really put that in, I don't think, yeah.
In your future, you will sleep with your psychic.
Well, you can't scam them, I guess, and ask for a large
true.
amount of money.
In your future, you will see me coming.
Kayan, hello.
Hey, mate. How you going?
We're good. You're a builder. We met you during Malia's.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
How's the building going?
It's great. It's just, this is my first world problem. Tradies not turning up or answering their phones these days.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I thought maybe you could help me out here, you know?
Yeah, let me see.
If my cabinet maker, he hasn't been answering his phone for the last 4 days.
So
Right.
annoying.
Random text messages, but like, you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, is he turning up to work today?
Right.
Like, that'll, you know,
I've pulled out a card.
that's all I did.
I'll pull out a card. I can tell you, Kayan, that he will be there today,
That's bollocks.
somewhere between 12 and 5.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No,
I have no faith in that whatsoever.
Nah.
That's, yeah. It's 6:42. He's not showing up at all.
Is
That's
this the one in
thing.
Green Slopes?
Yeah, this is the Green Slopes show.
It's looking good. I'm following you online.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. It's great. Keep up the great work on that. But can we bring back Tradie Tuesdays? Can we just have Tradie chats in the morning?
Can I be honest? Unfortunately, that builder's not answering my phone calls either.
Well, you can just say my number, and I'm happy to have a rant about anything anytime you want.
All right, outsource it. He's outsourcing Tradie Chat Tuesday.
Peter from Birkdale, you want to know about money?
Love, money, and work. Can I agree with the other caller? Tradie's not locking up for work.
Oh, okay. And are you a tradie, Peter?
Yeah, landscaping.
Yes,
Oh,
okay.
gosh, you
I
do
can
a good
see
job.
you have had some injuries in the past, haven't you, Peter?
No.
Lucky.
All you're thinking is hard worker, landscaping, lifting heavy stuff, injury. That's not tarot.
Let's try again.
Yeah, try again.
Okay, so you want to know about money, love, and work. Way to narrow
Oh,
it
I've got
down.
a bit of a
let's see.
green thumb. No.
Make you work for your money, yeah.
Oh, well, I can tell you the card you got was a unicorn being patted on the head by a cat. And it's the it's the curiosity card, and it says start.
Extra tickets through you guys eventually.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Are you with someone at the moment, Donna, or are you single?
I am.
Oh, and you're hoping. How long have you been together for?
Well, I've gone back. So we've separated and then I've gone back. So, I just don't know, am I wasting my time?
Yes, this time it might be serious.
Well, I've pulled out a card for you, and it is the sad and alone unicorn.
What?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so it's not. It's
not. I'm not gonna leave
the
you with
believe
that.
in yourself unicorn.
Yes.
It says see yourself doing well, and you will. So if you want to get married, Donna, you certainly will. And being the brilliant tarot card reader that I am, I forgot what your second question was. Eka tickets. Yes, we can get Eka tickets. Boom. Psychic.
No.
Yeah. Ash, can we hook her up with some Eka tickets?
Say no.
She said no.
You should know.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and when they're trying to get sympathy of like, yeah, you're on my side. And they told a story, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm kind of guilty of that.
And then they go, let me tell you a story again and see.
He was like, of course you are. And it was the fact that he was saying that his wife is obsessed with ChatGPT, and he had to say to her, that's not your best friend. And I was like, oh, please, no, my ChatGPT is at this point.
Well, then ChatGPT probably knows more about you than your partner.
Oh, 100%. And each time I go, really got to stop giving it so much detail. But then I'm like, well. And I do it anyway. Because, I don't know. Everything's online. Banking's online already. Anyway,
You've told ChatGPT your bank details?
No, I haven't. But I'm just saying, like, if I was getting it to do, I was getting it to do budgeting, and I was like, I probably shouldn't give it too many details. And then when it uses your name back, you're like, oh, whoopsie.
Right.
But he was annoyed because they were having a disagreement, an argument, and he got a text message from her, and it was like a long text message, and he said he was kind of reading it, and he was like, yeah, okay, all right, that's actually a great point, and I do appreciate that I was saying blah, 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 and she was saying blah, blah. So it was pointing out in a nice way that they weren't eye to eye and how they could do better. But down the bottom, it had what you have on ChatGPT, which is like the ... and then it says, let me know if you want this version to be more comical or sassy. And he was like,
Wow.
She wrote, bitch it right up. Destroy him.
He's dead now.
He was annoyed because he was like, I thought it was from her, but didn't realise that she's just got it from ChatGPT and cut and paste. But I was like, no, but at the same time, I said to her defence, she's written in all the details and he or she, whichever one you want to refer to ChatGPT it has then compiled it. So she still had to do a little bit of effort.
Would that be any different, though, to just say, I'm here arguing with my wife and, like, you do it with your friends. You go, oh, look what she's written back. And then you kind of say it together and then you compile a text together.
Yes, completely different because it's an actual human being with you.
Nah, no different. I'm just saying I don't think I would be offended because you can still make it seem as if it is from you by giving a little bit more detail.
As a celebrant, would you be okay with the vows being written by ChatGPT?
Everyone uses Google anyway. What is the difference? They do a cut and paste and they make it...
They do a cut and paste of another human being's work.
Well, not necessarily. A lot of them are different poems. A lot of them are
written by a human.
Well, eventually, but if ChatGPT is getting things from the internet that were written from people, then generally,
Then
yes, they
modifying
have.
it to what you've asked for and spitting it out.
Well, that's exactly what they're
And
doing.
also,
when they do.
not giving
You asked the question.
human that created it any money for it or any what's the word I'm looking for? Credit for their work. Lots of people that have written lots of things are going, it's compiling all my stuff and I'm not getting any credit for that.
Like
at all.
good comedians, hey? Yeah, but I feel like often I will give them different vows that people have done and then they compile it for themselves. That's exactly what it is. Some people write it off the top of their head and some people have a little bit more of an idea. I guess, a lot of CVs will still have a template and then people will alter it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about when you go to Word?
Yeah.
You got to give me a resume.
Give me a template.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if the intention, if you're just using something to clarify your thoughts, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
For me being so dyslexic, I guess I have liked it because I will always try to change my words because I go, oh, that's not spelt correctly, or I get really embarrassed writing an email if it's important because I have so many errors in it and I think, oh, they're going to think bad of me. So for me to be able to write it and then just upload it and say, hey, can you just check the grammar? Is that allowed?
Well, you could use spell check for that. It was written by a person. But it's more...
So wait, you spell check is written by a person. That's a computer correcting it.
The programming for that.
Also, because it was written originally. So
Yes.
Because the program for ChatGPT was
It's doing it
created
itself.
by a human, that's allowed?
Well, that part was created by a human.
Oh, great.
But
Human.
this is the problem. In between that step
Yeah.
and it spitting it out,
Yeah.
we don't know how it does it.
So Microsoft is okay because that was a person.
Vaguely. But the fact that we don't know how it gets from point A through the ChatGPT to point B, we don't know what happens in there.
It's like Excel spreadsheet. Neither does anyone else.
No. But the people were having this same conversation years ago when people started texting happy birthday. Like people were saying, oh, we're losing human connection when you text rather than write on a card with biro. It's the way things go.
You get your computer to do so much of your work over all these years.
Yeah.
It's not much different. That's the sad thing.
Tell you what, can I set you a challenge?
Yeah, challenge.
Today is my birthday.
Oh, I didn't notice.
So I would like
38.
Yes, 38. To send me a text message from you personally.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then generate one through ChatGPT and let's see if I can tell the difference between
Which one is which?
your heart
Yes.
and your hard drive.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But we'll test it next. Stand by here at B105.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
We're having a debate about ChatGPT and how personal it is at the moment.
Well, a friend of mine was quite annoyed because he got a long text message from his wife after they had a disagreement and he really felt like she was understanding where he was coming from. And then down the bottom it said, ... would you like this to be like sassier or I think more sentimental? And he was like, oh my God, that's ChatGPT. And I was like, so? And he got really upset by it because he's like, it's like her best friend now. And I'm like, yeah.
Is he more annoyed because she's winning arguments with it?
Maybe that's the thing. I'm like, you liked it before. I still think you have to make it somewhat personal. But if you have a different, inspiration. So it's your birthday today, 38th birthday, and you were like, let's see if you could tell. So we sent 2 text messages. I feel like Stav is going to throw this deliberately because he hates AI. So it's going
So there's two here.
Which one? Are these from Stav?
These are both from Stav.
Okay, all right.
I've got to pick which one is AI.
Which one's AI?
Happy birthday, Matty. I hope your day is filled with laughter, cake, and absolutely no responsibility. It's sounding a bit like Stav there. Grateful every day that I get to call you a mate. No, that's definitely
That's
AI.
ChatGPT.
And occasionally mock you on air. Here's to another year of nonsense. Love ya, Stav.
Nonsense.
With a little emoji. Yeah, no, that's definitely
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, I would say.
Is it now?
Because the next one is happy birthday, buddy. Hope you get the present you want with the emoji with the tongue out.
Oh my gosh.
Getting Getting glider?
Getting closer, sorry.
Getting glider to actual granddad age, but you still look hot in the blonde wig.
So if it's... Oh.
So the first one, it has impeccable grammar. The second one said glider instead of closer. I'm going to say the second one was Stav.
Correct.
Yes. There we go.
Didn't realise there was a typo in there.
See what I mean? I upload it for typo.
Okay, now let's see Abby. Okay, so first one. Happy 38th, Matty. Another year older, wiser, and still borderline boring, but only in the most responsible, reliable, and secretly impressive way. The emoji where she winks with the tongue out. Oh. Hope today's full of fun, love, and zero spreadsheets. Love ya. Now, the spreadsheets is very personal because that's talking about how I like to make my budgets. The second one, happy 38th birthday, Matt. Hope you are given the love you deserve today, or at very least, cake, and less complaining from the kids. I value you and our friendship highly, and I look forward to celebrating with Holiday Matty one day soon. Love ya. This one's harder.
It is harder, actually. And I would point out that it would be harder because I've never used ChatGPT, and I didn't use it on my computer. I used it on Ash's because I don't want it anywhere near me.
Okay. So you're a heavy user, so it knows you quite well.
Yeah.
So the borderline boring is something that you say I am. So that's very personal.
I said it as a compliment, but you took it.
Don't get mad at the robot.
And then the second one, you're talking about holiday, Matt, which you've always talked about, which is when I let loose on holidays and there is no budget.
Yeah.
I think that the first one is ChatGPT, although it sounds very personal from you, only purely because there's lots of commas in it.
All right.
So I'm going purely from a grammar perspective here. So I'm going to say first one is ChatGPT, second one is you.
Yes, correct. Because I put in there, write a birthday message to workmate Matty, who I love lots, include personal joke that I said he was borderline boring, meant it as a compliment.
But if you sent that to me and I didn't know that we were doing this exercise, I would 110,000% say that you wrote that.
Yeah, because of course I'm putting more information in than it would be just to text a message. Crazy.
Terrifying.
Helpful.
It's so helpful,
Here's
isn't
one
it?
for you then.
Yeah.
What if someone sent that pretending to be Abby?
Then he could just call me. Someone could do that in a text message anyway. They could grab your phone and still write messages. How many ones have been like, Mum, can you send some money?
Oh, I mean, I'd just be happy for the message.
Yeah. And to be fair, that's the only reason we wrote one.
Yeah.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
When I had to drive you to the emergency room.
The emergency room. Have to get you to the emergency room.
For what?
Emergency.
Hey, you got to check this out. Paramedic and author Tim Booth has a book. It's called You Went to Emergency for What? Hey, Tim, thanks for joining us, mate.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're great. You saying that you've got enough stories for 2 books?
Well, I used up all my best ones in the first book, which I spoke to you guys about a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I
that one was called You Called an Ambulance for What?
started getting recognised for that book in the emergency department, and the doctors and nurses said, "Why don't you write a book about this place?"
Yeah.
So I said, "Okay, if you tell me some of your stories, and then I'll be the human shield when we all get in trouble, and I'll de-identify you, and we'll get it out there."
There's always the Coke bottle stories, or whether it's an urban myth or not for emergency.
No, it's broom handles these days.
Oh, that's
Broom handles?
Harry Potter's
And
to blame.
hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Are these all stuck inside stories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what though? There's a lot of time in between taking the egg out of the fridge, getting it to boil, and then putting it in its place where you should have had a
Still
moment
in
to
the
go.
shell? No.
Oh, yeah, hard-boiled still. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the time you take where you come up with your excuses to explain to the doctor why you did it or how it got there.
Yeah.
Or, the reason why you slipped and fell and it just happened to be there.
Well, now you'd have to say, I'm really sorry. I just really wanted to be in Tim Booth's next book.
Oh,
so
wonder-
it was
yeah.
just an opportunity to...
Well, that's why I've got to be careful so that people say, please don't put this in the next book. And, I've kind of just say, you're not interesting enough to be in the next book. You've got to...
Well, I'll be back next Wednesday, and you wait to see what's in me then.
Yeah, please. And it's always men too. It's always men aged between about 20 and 50. Women are not stupid enough to do these things. So blokes, just please behave yourselves and stop calling us.
Wow. Well, but don't stop calling you if you've got an egg up your bum, though.
Well, yeah. Just stop doing that. So you have to call us exactly.
Have you kept
Please, if it's gone wrong.
Have you ever had that real, I guess, connection with people where you've kept in contact? And I know this sounds silly, but I was like, the 2 times that I've had to call the ambulance for my kids, I end up giving one of them Lions tickets, and I went to the Lions with him. Remember when my son got concussion? And my other son had stopped breathing, but I was like, you just have this full connection and thankfulness.
I don't think people want to see me again, so I never have any follow-ups.
Oh, don't you? Okay, right.
But I accept beer, I accept coffee. I don't live in a major city, so Lions tickets aren't that good to me. But I'll accept concert tickets. No, I shouldn't say that. We're not supposed to accept bribes.
Yeah.
You're trying to get me fired here, guys.
It's an interesting time, and especially here in Queensland. We hear about ramping with ambulances at our hospitals, and our medical staff are under the most immense pressure. It must be frustrating when you hear stories of people who've gone to emergency who don't need to be there.
Yeah, absolutely, and I guess that's a large part of what we do. I was shocked when my first ever job was a man with a blocked nose.
Wow,
and that turned out to be not the exception. That was the rule. That's probably about 95% of what we do is sort of minor, trivial stuff that could be managed elsewhere. But I guess people these days, they're feeling like they've got no other option. When it takes 3 weeks to get into the GP, you don't want to wait 3 weeks to get antibiotics. If you're waiting 2 years for a surgery, you're going to have chronic flare-ups. So I guess people feel like it's the emergency system that has to take up the slack, and that's sort of what's pushing it to the brink.
I think I remember there was a time in Brisbane where oldies were calling ambulances just for the company.
Yeah, and I guess that's an issue with the population. It's getting older, it's getting more chronically sick, and older people, they may not have a partner at all. They may have an elderly partner. They may not have any family that visit them. So again, that's the emergency system taking up the slack of just the way society's going, and it shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately it is.
But do you think that there's going to be more funding and more ambulance, as you've just said it, with the ageing population? Because now so much modifications happening in homes to keep people in the homes for longer, as opposed to going to nursing homes. So there's got to be a greater need.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, those are kind of your only 2 options, is you stay at home and try and look after yourself, or you go into a nursing home, and there's a lot of good reasons people don't want to do that. So yeah, that is going to put more strain on the emergency ambulance system, which unfortunately that's kind of what there's no middle ground. There's nothing less than an emergency ambulance, so that sort of falls on us, which takes up a lot. We're happy to do, but it does take up a lot of time, unfortunately. When there could be a child not breathing just down the road, which we're not aware of.
The other thing that must be so annoying, because I had this happen to me on Friday. I was driving, and it's so terrifying. When you're the driver and you hear the ambulance behind you and you're like, where do I go? But you'd see these people that just do not move, or, and I can hear the ambos screaming at them from inside. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a very real perspective on the fact that driving licenses seem to be handed out in cereal boxes these days when you're a paramedic.
Yeah, well,
but, it's not something you expect to come screaming up behind you, so I can understand why people panic. But I guess the message is, please don't. Just relax and don't slam the brakes on. Don't run red lights. Just turn to the left.
Yep.
How it must be tough when you deal with someone who is also deceased and you've got to be there with the family. I can't imagine that ever becomes, no matter how many times you may need to deal with that, it becomes easy.
No, that's something there's no real instruction book on. You don't learn that out of protocol books. You don't learn that university. That's just something you've got to figure out as you go, I guess. And yeah, there's never a right thing to say. There's never anything that makes it better. You try and say things, but that generally just makes it worse. So I guess you've got to let life take its process sometimes, and we're just there as the support we can be, and we do our formalities. And
I guess you can't even finish the shift early as a result of that. Do you know what I mean? Like you would just be you're giving everything to that person, and then it's kind of like, well, that sort of finishes, and then you go on to the next job.
You go straight to the next job. Yeah, that's it. If you've got time for a coffee, happy days. But then, it's straight on. It could be, straight from someone deceased to someone with a blocked nose or someone with a toothache. There's just, well, and that's the beautiful thing about the job too, is you just never know what you're going to go to. And it keeps it interesting. It's better than sitting behind a desk like I used to do as a journalist, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I do always feel sorry though when you're ordering a coffee, and then before the coffee order comes, you can see them running off. I was like,
off we go. Yeah. They'll have to wait. It'll be another 2 hours before we get that coffee. So we'll be running the next job uncaffeinated.
Your book is your follow-up. It's called You Went to Emergency for What? As we say goodbye to you, Tim, please share with us one of the most shocking stories we might read in the book.
Okay, I guess I'll tell you the story about the lady who wouldn't go anywhere. You know, there's a lot of people that won't leave the house without their pets these days. So this lady wouldn't leave unless we took her critically unwell cat with her to hospital.
Oh.
But it turns out she was actually critically unwell and the cat had expired a few days ago.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is kind of one of the, I guess, can you still say hoarder? Maybe we'll say collector. And this poor cat had been marinating for a few days, but she was actually, you know, had a severe life-threatening infection, wouldn't budge unless we tried to resuscitate this cat. So I said to my partner, there's no way I'm putting a defib on a cat. So we kind of improvised and put a little oxygen mask on it and wrapped it up in blankets and ran it off to hospital with her, and she was happy with that. But the doctors and nurses weren't so happy when they unwrapped the blankets, and I forgot to tell them there was a cat in there. I had some explaining to do.
Bloody Tim trying to write his next book on us again.
Yeah, I'm always looking for new material. You know, it's a cost of living crisis. You got to sell a lot of books. So.
Well, mate, the book's out now. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you, guys. Nice to talk to you.
Stav, Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
I was giving a fun little lecture to my friend at Sports Day. No, she was just saying that we're watching Sports Day and her kid is so athletic and amazing, but they were doing a running race and she was filming it because, you know, you'll film it and you encourage them to go along and they're only in year one. And then she looked at it and she was like, oh, wait a minute, he didn't get a ribbon. They said he came fourth, but he actually came third. And she's got the video. She's like, maybe I should go and say something. I said, no, we don't. What?
Well, like, here's the photo finish. You got it wrong.
And I know that because she's like, but he'll be upset. I said, no, you're upset. He's fine. You know, like, I get it. Like, it is. But I said, you know what? He's going to get so many more achievements throughout his life. So, you know, we're not going to be that person. She's like, we're not. No, we're not going to be that person.
Tell me, who was the parent who was checking who finished, though?
Well, she was. What do you mean?
No, I mean, like...
Oh, they were teachers.
If they get it wrong.
Oh.
Are they going favouritism somewhere?
I don't know. Well, they were well, it's just, you know, they all sort of finish at the same time. It's a bit hard to randomly grab one and say that it does.
Yeah, like horses.
Yeah, what it used to, it used to be back before we'd all film it, you know?
Yeah.
And then there were some ribbons that were just sort of there. And she was like, wait a minute, maybe I should grab one. I went, no, because he'll know that he didn't win. And I said, as the mums were there, I said, and let's be honest, nobody keeps the ribbons anyway. And then they all looked at me and went, oh, no, we do, and we write what they're for. And I was like, oh, no, now I feel bad. Here's me being on my high horse where maybe my kids would love those ribbons and I keep them there until they forget about them and then I just throw them in the bin. And then I felt awful. So now I feel like I should go and buy them and then write what they won at what date by looking at maybe photos. And I feel sometimes that I'm not good at keeping things. And my mum kept so much. And then one of the ladies said, my mum kept mine in a folder and I really appreciated it. But I was like, but at primary school you peaked?
Yeah, mate, some kids might look at that and go, look what I did in year 1, year 2. Year 3's empty, year 4's empty, year 5's empty. Mum!
No, and I should keep more. And then I was like, oh, I should turn the lecture back on myself because my kids might like that one day. And then sometimes I look at things that my mum has given me and I do appreciate it. But like haircuts, she's kept those.
Yeah, locks of hair. Yeah,
locks of hair.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just a DNA collection, really. But 13, 10, 60, what is something that your mum has kept that you're like, really? Because maybe she gave it to you.
My mother kept, you know how every year at the end of school the pencil case comes home?
Yeah.
Right? And then you get the next ones the next year or whatever.
Yeah.
My mum has emptied all of our pencils from when we were at school. She kept them and now she still has them in her house. So when our kids are there, they're drawing with pencils that say Matt Acton 2C on them.
Wow.
Oh, I really like that.
Oh, really? I was like, you kept them all these years?
Yeah.
Oh, I should hoard more. I like that. No, that's really nice because it's like sentimental stuff.
Yeah.
See, all that kind of stuff I kind of think...
Well, I always think they've got the photos, but then they don't because I've just got them on my iPhone. I've never printed them out.
But you can.
I'm just a bad mum.
You're not a bad mum because you don't
Well, some of my friends have hashtags for their kids that they've posted photos.
You can do that.
It's too late now. They're older. You know, but like for when they were little kids. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, I know. But I can't start it in retro.
Yeah, you can.
retrospect. Like, go back and post.
Yeah. You still got the baby photos. You start up the folder and start from the scratch and then get to
What
this
I'm saying
point.
is now I've got a teenager who thinks it's cringe and I have to ask permission to be able to post photos from him.
But like, I think the difference also is now is we don't stay in houses as long. Like,
That's
you know,
true.
how often we move now, whereas I was in the same house from when I was 4 till I was 18.
I think also it would come into how disposable things are now too, because nothing's made to last like that.
Yeah.
You know?
See,
I kept your iPad from when you were 8. Doesn't do anything.
That's a good point. Because we've got a wall in the garage of my parents' place and it's just all boxes of all our old books. And Mum has kept everything and all these collection items. And my dad's like, can you go through the boxes every time I go to visit? I'm like, nah. And he wants to throw them all out, but he's not allowed to because of Mum.
Yeah.
So instead they have to park the cars to one side and he's put up padding so that they don't scratch the car because it's that close to the garage on the other side.
And what will you do when that stuff makes it to you?
Have a memorable couple of days going through them.
And then a ritual fire.
I don't know.
I mean, the other
I think
thing is-
I think then it will be what's important to you then. You know, maybe keep those. Photos I love.
Yeah.
Are we getting less sentimental about stuff?
Maybe. 'Cause
Maybe.
The other problem we've got, and it's a little bit more morbid, but then at some stage it will be down to you to go through all of that stuff. And that would be an emotional roller coaster.
If you've missed the boat on the ribbons, maybe you could just get tattoos of all their achievements.
Or
Not gonna
keep
get
all their
third
police
place.
files.
Why would I get third
Third
place?
place.
Well, they got to work harder, don't they, if they want to make it to the scoreboard?
I'll get the first place, but they're pretty athletic. They all got a lot.
They do very
first.
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
you look like Post Malone in the end.
Then you've got swimming. You know.
Okay, we've got a lot of people calling through here. So you want to know what you're keeping or what your mum's kept?
Yeah, maybe just the strangest thing where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you. My mum still uses a spatula that I had to make in home economics.
Wow.
No, really?
Yes, and I was like, I don't think that's very suitable.
Oh, you mean hygienic?
Well, no,
Yeah.
it was a plastic spatula that she's using on some sort of pan. She doesn't heat it up too much because she doesn't want to ruin it.
All right.
There's your chicken, medium rare as requested.
We will take your calls next.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.
We're asking you what your mum kept. Because you're feeling bad you didn't keep any
I
of
feel
your
really
kids'
bad. I feel like
sports
I've gone the
ribbons.
opposite way because my mum kept so much.
Yeah, probably.
And then I haven't kept a lot. And I was like, oh, I should do better. And now it's too late.
It's never too late to start hoarding.
I guess so, but I don't
That's
know.
the spirit.
Will my 3 boys appreciate it if I was to go, hey, here's
No.
your... No, okay.
Not at all. But at least you tried.
At least I tried. We wanted on 13 10 60. What did your mum keep? And then you're like, whoa, I can't believe you kept that.
All right, Tammy in North Lakes, what did your mum keep?
So it's myself. I kept for my son. He was born with one leg, so I actually kept the end of his stumpy as his toes, and I gave it to him for his 21st.
Wait, of the...
Okay,
So it looked like, you know, your umbilical cord, it looked like it's that, and it fell off. And I
Right.
kept that in a jar, and I gave that to him for his 21st as his toes.
As his toe. That's cool. Wow.
And then on his 21st cake, he got it made himself, and it was in the shape of a leg.
Oh, my God.
That's great.
You guys definitely have a sense of humour, hey? Tammy?
So what do you put the toe in to make it keep for 21 years?
I didn't. I just kept it in a jar. I didn't keep nothing. It
Well, I
didn't
guess
grow
airtight?
nothing.
It's just sort of like
Yeah. Well, airtight.
dried up.
Yeah.
Tupperware.
As she said, the same as umbilical cord. You know, when they when you
Yeah,
get a belly
okay.
button, you keep that sort of thing,
Yeah.
and it just shrivels up. a
Yeah.
bit.
What did he say to you when you gave it to him?
He knew I had it, so he knew I was going to put it out there, and then and then everyone said, I can't believe you got a cake of a leg. I said, I didn't do that. He did.
Finally came back from market. Wow.
Good on him.
We played one of her songs this morning. We got Sher from Belbowery. Sher, what did your mum keep, or was it you?
It was me. So I've had 6 children, ranging from 26 to 12, and I have kept their dry umbilical cord. And I know exactly whose is who
Oh, wow.
because I've got their toe tags, so to speak,
Yeah.
wristbands back then,
Yeah.
with each kid in each little bag. hoping one day I'll be able to draw something from those umbilical cords and clone my lovely kids.
Oh my God, I love it.
I like the
love it.
forward thinking.
To be fair, I did try to keep the belly button, but I did not restore it very well. I put it in something and I opened it up and it just was all ash.
What did you put it in?
Yeah, it was a Ziploc bag, but I hadn't really closed it well. And literally, I was like, "What did I keep?" And it was with the clip. You know, how you said the clamp.
Yeah.
So it was with the clamp,
Yep.
and I just so it was just ash. So what am I? I just threw that out. So I'm terrible. I'm so terrible. See that? I like that.
Belly buttons, your first mouth.
Yes, they are. 13, 10, 60. Ashley's there. What did you keep?
I kept, when my son was around 18 months old, he broke his leg, and I kept the cast that he had on his leg for 4 weeks.
Yeah, right.
And it would have been so small.
Yeah, it's in his memory box.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got a memory box.
Oh, we've kept actually Rory's von Rosen splint.
Yeah, with the hip displaced. Yeah, she had that
yeah.
as it, just in case.
You look at that and you go, how small they were.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even fit on a foot now.
So, what else is in the memory box, Ashley?
I've got the typical umbilical cord clip. I think a baby blanket for hospital, and I think I've even kept some of his teeth.
Yes.
Tooth Fairy brought them back, hey?
Yes,
Nice
well,
of
they
her.
do. They like to store them. Do you keep drawings?
I do have a few in there from when he was like daycare, early like daycare years, but I try to do the ones that I think look.
Yeah, you can't keep them all.
What age do you stop adding to the memory box, though?
Well, he's 11 this year, and a lot of it is probably from before he was sort of 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
I
'cause-
do have like a box of some things.
Yeah.
But it's all just thrown in there.
Confiscated.
And I was just one day, incident reports.
Yeah.
Stav, Abby, and Matt.
Alpha Bucks tomorrow. It is worth $50,000. We play at 6, 7, and 8. Here are some answers.
6 a.m., your letter is B. Some of your answers are backgammon, bombshell, and bold and the beautiful. 7 a.m., it's G and J. Always get those two confused. J, and some of your answers are Judge, Jackhammer, and John Bon Jovi. And 8, it's P, and some of your answers are Paparazzi, Penn Badgley, and sneakily, Pneumonia.
Penn what?
Penn Badgley, he's in Gossip.
Oh, okay, cool.
And your show, isn't that the guy that everyone loves now?
Who?
Nobody likes this? Nobody wants this?
What was it called?
Yes, it is. Oh, You. He's in You. Right.
Adam
He's
Brody.
the bad guy in You. Yes, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Same
Adam
era.
Brody's very different.
They do look. Got that similar look, though. Righto. See you tomorrow, bye.
Stav, Abby, and Matt for breakfast. B105.